first I want to thank your organization for hosting this event. I think it's very critical, especially with this runoff and anticipation of lower turnout, that we provide information to our community. So I definitely appreciate you all for hosting this. And to the panelists, I appreciate you taking part in this as well. So look forward to a very lively discussion. My name is Eric Lewis. I'm a native of Baton Rouge, Louisiana. I grew up in the Glen Oaks community, attended Glen Oaks High School, then moved on to Southern University, where I graduated in electrical engineering. And then upon graduation, I moved to Dallas, Texas. Spent about 5 years there working as an engineer, and then eventually took a job in North Louisiana in Alexandria, again, working as an engineer, and then eventually had the opportunity to move back to Baton Rouge. One of the reasons why I decided to run for the Metro Council is partly because of what I just shared, and this idea that, you know, our best and brightest are leaving our community. We recently, at the beginning of this school year, relocated my oldest daughter to the state of Ohio, and so the cycle continues. And so my desire is to be a part of leadership within the community of Baton Rouge that puts in policies in place and just infuses change so that we can have the type of community, have the type of city and region where we attract and retain our young people, and we have a thriving community. Within our platform, we are focused on youth development, educational attainment, infrastructure, economic development, and public safety. I think those are 5 issues that not only impact the constituents of Metro Council District 1, but throughout the parish, you know, we continue to have challenges in those areas. And I think it presents an opportunity for collaboration between myself and the other 11 council members, as well as administration, because again, I believe that these are issues that we all want to see resolved, and in many instances have been long going. Throughout this campaign process, you know, I've been actively involved in working with members in my community and trying to address some of these issues. I think one of the things that's come to light and has been very concerning is the drastic number of bridges that are out in District 1. And, you know, many have been out for at least 1 year. A couple have been out for up to 5 years. And so I feel like that has to be a priority for this coming term. I would also say, from a youth development standpoint and an economic development standpoint, I want to be able to collaborate with our public school systems to create opportunities for our young people. And so, example, you know, funding that we receive for out-of-school youth or other youth funding programs, working in partnership with our school systems to create a pipeline for our young people to access opportunities. From an economic development standpoint, you know, I've been a business owner. I've owned my own consulting business since 2003. I've helped to start a few other businesses and been in partnership with a number of businesses. And so I think at the end of the day, our approach to economic development has to start and focus around entrepreneurship and creating an ecosystem where we can grow and, you know, allow for small businesses to flourish. In many of the cities that I've lived and traveled, you know, oftentimes we're trying to attract major corporations to our community. And the reality is that those companies started off as small businesses in somebody else's community. And so I think a big part of what we need to be focused on as leaders is helping to grow and flourish as a small business community. And then that last piece around public safety, you know, I'm very passionate about the concerns that we all have had recently, particularly this year, around, you know, police shootings and things of that nature. And so I think it's a twofold situation where we obviously want to, you know, create some level of accountability for our police force, but we also want to work within our community to kind of create some structures, and in some instances go back to things that we used to have in our communities where we held ourselves accountable. And so those are the things that I'm focused on. Looking forward to being a part of this Metro Council and working with other members of the council to create the type of city that we all know that our children deserve. My name is Eric Lewis. Eric B. Lewis. I'm number 97 on the ballot, vying to be the next Metro Council representative for District 1.
Thank you so much, Mr. Lewis, for that information. And at this time, I will yield to the panel that is prepared to ask Mr. Lewis questions at this time.
Good evening, Mr. Lewis. Thank you for joining us. I think we can all agree that Baton Rouge is a growing city with great potential. Can you share your plans to offer DBE or similar certification programs or workshops to expand economic opportunities for minority business owners or entrepreneurs?
Yes, ma'am. So I appreciate that question. That is a matter that I've been really passionate about. As one of the co-founders of the Baton Rouge Regional Black Chamber of Commerce, for years, I've advocated for disadvantaged business programs, minority business programs in our city. In fact, in 2008, when the four council ladies proposed the fair share policy, I was a member of the task force that helped to kind of iron out, where we should go with that. And so, from my vantage point, the work that has been done, I think we need to bottle that up. I think what we need is a Office of Economic Development within the mayor's administration. I know that we have contracts with the Baton Rouge Area Chamber of Commerce, but I think that we need to have an office within the mayor's office that handles economic development, and within that, we can actually launch a full-service DBE program. I think that's the biggest challenge, is having a program actually in place. We've done enough studies, we have enough research, we have enough information. I think it's actually time to roll out an actual office that oversees that, and that office could actually work in concert with our school system, the EBR school system and their program, as well as our major corporations that have been leaders in diversity, supplier diversity.
Okay, Ms. Johnson, are there any other questions at this time?
Yes, I have an additional question for Mr. Lewis.
Okay.
Can you explain the importance of community engagement and share details on how you plan to engage your constituents in specific socially conscious endeavors?
Yes, ma'am. So from an engagement standpoint, I guess at a higher level, which I think would help to fuel a lot of this, is so we have a very wide and diverse district in Metro Council District 1. And so what I want to do, or what I plan to do, is have at least monthly community meetings in the areas within the district. So Zachary, Baker, Central, Cheneyville, and Port Hudson. And so those are monthly meetings where we would bring people from the administration to give updates on, again, give an example of the bridges, but so that the constituents can also have an opportunity to engage with the administration, engage with me as a council member. And so I think opening that level of dialogue creates a pathway to have broader discussions such as the ones that you're talking about. And so not just the community meetings, but utilization of technology. So whether it be the website, text messaging systems, social media, and just ensuring that we're very transparent and open with the constituents. And so I think, and I try to do this in the campaign, is I want to be able to understand the concerns of my constituents versus me laying on them what my concerns are, and just really trying to do what's in the best interest of our district. And so in that regard, if it's a social justice issue, if it's public safety, if it's infrastructure, giving our constituents a voice through the infrastructure that I've laid out, I think is the best approach that I have in mind.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
I have
Okay.